Hey guys, Monke AU here with another video, and today we're going to be going through my UFC Mexico predictions. Now, again, I haven't really had that much time recently to do this video, so I'm making this video about 3 hours before the event itself begins, but I'm just going to look solely at the main event. Just FYI, I think Drew Dober is going to win. I think Gastelum is going to lose, obviously, but moving on to the main event, Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. I think it pains me to say it, but Moreno is probably going to win this. But I'm just going to say this. I rewatched the Erceg and Kai Kara France fight, and frankly, it was actually closer than I remember. Like, I remember Erceg getting walked down and knocked out, right? But what actually happened is Erceg was pressuring Kara France really heavily, but whenever Kara France would blitz forward, Erceg's way of defending that was to slip punches with millimeters to spare, right? But that obviously doesn't work when the first punch misses you by millimeters, but then the other guy switches stance and then the other fist connects, right? Moreno doesn't really seem to do that kind of blitz 1-2 combination. Like, he seems more just to like lean in and hit you with an overhand rather than just blitz with a 1-2. That being said, I don't think either of these guys are going to get knocked out. I don't think either of them are going to submit each other. When it comes to the striking, I think Erceg's a bit more technical, but Moreno packs more power, right? Not as much as Kai Kara France, but Moreno has that dirty boxing power, you know what I mean? Erceg is clean and precise. That being said, I think Erceg, he could win this if he just presses Moreno forward, and if he establishes the threat of the takedown early, he could get some punches in, you know, like drop the hands, make it look like he's going down low, but then hit him with something in between. That could be a strategy to winning. But Moreno, you know, it's kind of hard to argue against him. He's looking good, especially against Albazi. He's coming with momentum. That wasn't an easy fight necessarily. I'm pretty sure he was the favorite, but he dog walked Albazi, let's be honest, even with the threat of the takedown. And Erceg, I think the Kai Kara France fight has left a really bad taste in people's mouth when it comes to him. Pause, because, you know, he comes off the war against Pantoja, which he could have been the champion if he didn't shoot a takedown, right? That's how good this guy is. He could be the champ if he didn't shoot a takedown. But Moreno is a former champ. He's got so many 5-rounders under his belt. I mean, 4 fights against Figgy, multiple rematches against people like Royval and Kara France. I just think Moreno is a bit too much. I just think that if Erceg went out there and went against Kai Kara France to a decision, I think I would probably pick him to pit Moreno. And even though he kind of got caught, it just shows a little bit of oversight when it comes to that preparation for the fight. Listen, I think Erceg could win this. I think it's going to be close. I want him to win, but you got to be logical and pick Moreno. And it kind of sucks, but, you know, if Erceg can pull it off, then he's one fight off a title fight, or they put him straight up against the champ again. Or if Pantoja goes up and fights Marab, they could do Erceg versus someone for an interim belt. That being said, I'm going to go with Moreno by decision, but by no means do I think this is going to be a dog walk. I think this is going to be maybe a 3-2 decision. It's going to be competitive. It could even be like one of these competitive 4-1 decisions, like a PDR Figueiredo kind of fight. Not like you look at it on paper and think, oh, it's a blowout, but not really. It's actually closer than people remember. But yeah, that just does it for my UFC Mexico predictions. This is just a quick video, just so I can, you know, have my prediction on record. Again, I really want Erceg to win. You know, he's a Perth boy. I hope he pulls it off, but we got to be logical and go with Moreno. That being said, I don't think it's that far-fetched to go with Erceg by decision, because realistically, he only needs to win 3 rounds. That's all it takes, you know, and if he just keeps that pressure, eats punches, does damage, he could win. But Moreno's got momentum and he's a former champ, so it's kind of hard to argue against it. But yeah, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. What do you guys think about the predictions? Check out my other videos, leave me some suggestions for other video ideas I could do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.